to hit our product review, and we're going to go over reducing overtraining using our daily wellness questionnaire, our wearable device data, and our training all in one platform inside of CoachMePlus. So in the main product review, first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out what we have going on. So in reports here, I'm going to flip over and see what data we have going on for us. And then we're going to create a couple visuals associated with that. So for example, I have maybe the past week, August 8th, by just cull our table field. So we're going to use our peak velocity, our 5-10-5, our sleep coming off of our questionnaire, soreness, and recovery. So I have all those right in there. I'm going to select apply, and then I can see the report that I've generated has all the values that I'm looking for. Well, maybe I want to create some visuals associated with this to be able to see correlations among those. So doing that, I can go home here and go into my visualization builder. So that's going to be under settings, visualizations, build visualization. So I can do that right in there, and I'm going to create a dashboard for it. So the key here is being able to identify the balance of training and recovery time. So we're going to use that peak velocity coming off of our wearable device. We're also going to use our 5-10-5 time and then correlate that with our soreness, recovery, and sleep. So for example, we're going to take two different testings. So that peak velocity and that 5-10-5, we're going to create the same visual for two different metrics. So if you're training too hard and you're getting less sleep, your athletes are more prone to being burnt out, overreaching a little bit. But if you're not training enough, you're not going to see as many improvements, and so on. So you want to keep that balance pretty much in line. So maybe, for example, you might have an early or late practice or lift, whatever it might be, and your sleep's affected. Well, you can see that using the CoachMePlus Daily Wellness Questionnaire. So that's all right there, and what you essentially want to achieve is functional overreaching. So where you can have your athlete be a little bit sore, but keep away from pushing too hard or pushing too little. Keep right in that sweet spot. And of course, when you're doing that functional overreaching, you want to keep it kind of away from competition and try and prevent overtraining a little bit. So when we do that, we're going to create our latest mixed history dashboard. So this will allow us to put these two different plots in different manners and be able to see correlations. So GPS peak velocity versus soreness versus questionnaire. I'm going to add that right in. My latest mixed history, of course, so I'm going to show my latest 7 values over the last 7 days, and I can plot my charts right here. So first one I want is going to go farthest in the back, so everything else is going to overlay it. So peak velocity, pull that right over there in meters per second, and we're going to make that a column. And then I'm just going to pull over my questionnaire fields. Sleep quality, soreness, and recovery. So we have those coming right off my daily wellness questionnaire that I have my athletes completing right on their phone or on a centralized tablet inside of my facility. So I have all that. I have my line, and I'm going to hit save. So we've successfully created a GPS peak velocity versus our questionnaire data to be able to see if we have that perfect balance of time and training and recovery and everything right there. So we're going to add that right into a dashboard layout. I'm going to go to my Athlete Central individual default dashboard, and I'm going to go to my GPS peak velocity, put that full width, and let's just move that up really quickly so it's easy for us to see. So we pull that right in, save that, then we're going to go check out our athlete Cole Wepner's data. So if we go into Athlete Central, we can pull into forwards and pull up Cole's profile, in which I can see that information. So of course, it might not look the best with the bar. Of course, you can play around with this if needed. So for example, what we're going to do is we're going to edit this right away. And then we're going to change this to let's say an area, for example. Let's see what we can do there. If we save that and flip back over to Cole, let's see how well we've done in adjusting our visual. Not the greatest. Let's just switch that to a line as well. So we had that, flip back to our dashboard and hit save. So we have all that, and now you can see all of your information combined. If, for example, I wanted to change this to a stack column, I could certainly do that as well. So stack column, add that to column, hit save, and then I can view it in another way. So I can see that all right in line here. So of course this will help you to find correlations in your data. Keep that perfect balance, like I mentioned, of time and training and recovery. So if, for example, I have that line, okay, well I know peak velocity has been higher. Maybe my questionnaire results came out a little bit higher than normal, and for example, here's a downward trend. Okay, questionnaire is a little lower, and at my peak here, it's been pretty good. So a 5, a 4, and a 5 on sleep quality, soreness, recovery, and then my highest peak velocity time. So I know Cole is doing pretty well there in time, and so on. So however often I'm testing my athlete, I can certainly see that in the visualization set as well. So I'm just going to go back home here, and then we're going to move into using our 5-10 5 times in that same manner. So we're going to go to Settings, Visualization, Build Visualization. My page is going to load up here. I'm going to go to Dashboard and create new dashboard. So maybe it's Pro Agility or my 5-10 5 versus questionnaire. I can certainly do that again using my latest mixed history dashboard. Latest number of values, 7, dates over 7 days. And I'm just going to add those all as lines. So my 5-10 5, my wellness, sleep quality, soreness, and recovery. So all those are just going to be lines. We're going to save that, and then we're going to add that to our layout. So I'm going to dashboard layouts here. Go to the individual default dashboard and change that to Pro Agility versus questionnaire. So same exact method, 2 different applications depending on if it's coming off a GPS device or coming off of our just normal testing protocol through speed and agility and everything like that. So this can be used for multiple different metrics depending on if you're talking about that strength training or your conditioning, your endurance, all of those, or your agility. So you have all that available to you to be able to use. Same application, but different data points in which you might try and find correlations among. So you have all those right in there. I have my GPS in my questionnaire and also my Pro Agility in my questionnaire. So of course, inversely related with the times, you can see those are better. So the higher the blue line, of course, I can flip these on and off. So I can see, okay, well, he's kind of doing all right. Let's see how my sleep quality is. So these are it looks a little bit inversely related. And we're going to go on the sleep quality. Soreness, same type of deal. Kind of opposite trend in recovery. So we know that our athletes are pretty aware of what they're doing and how their scores are coming out. I can show this to my athletes, I can print this out, send it to the individuals that need to know, and they'll be good to go. So we're trying to create a functional overreaching here in which you can find the balance using GPS technology and also questionnaires inside of CoachMePlus, all in one centralized platform for you to be able to use.